In this edition of our Open Source News Roundup, we take a look at new open source from Facebook and Google, the CPTPP's potential to harm open source traffic management, and more. Facebook and Google release more open source internet juggernauts. Facebook and Google built their services with a lot of open source software. And while both companies are jealously guard their core code, they do release quite a bit of open source software. Facebook recently open sourced 2 applications. First, the Sonar debugging tool. The 3-year-old Sonar, which you can grab off GitHub, provides engineers with an intuitive way for inspecting and understanding the structure and behavior of iOS and Android applications. On the heels of Sonar came the release of the Katrin load balancing tool. Katrin keeps the company data centers from overloading. Meanwhile, Google's computing like it's 1987 with the release of its GIF for CLI utility. As the name suggests, it's a terminal application that can convert a graphics interchange format image into ASCII art for terminal. You can find the source code for GIF for CLI on GitHub. CPTPP could harm open source software. That's the conclusion of Open Source Industry Australia, OSHO, an open source advocacy group based in South Australia. The group is urging the Pacific nations government to withdraw from the CPTPP comprehensive. So far, 8 cities have grabbed the data to create their own traffic databases with the aim of repeating Louisville's success. Gandiva project aims to improve the performance of analytics engines. One of the biggest challenges in analyzing huge datasets is the speed and efficiency at which computers can process that data. Data specialist company Dremio thinks it has a solution with its open-source Gandiva project for Apache Arrow. Built on top of Apache Arrow, a platform for in-memory data, Gandiva reduces the number of CPU instructions that must be executed and makes the remaining instructions more efficient. Dremio's CTO Jacques Nadeau says that Gandiva can make Apache Arrow operations up to 100 times faster. Nadeau also believes that other technologies and platforms, including Apache Spark, Pandas and even Node.js, could benefit from adoption of Gandiva. In other news, thanks, as always, to OpenSource.com staff members and moderators for their help this week. Make sure to check out our event calendar to see what's happening next week in open source.